Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Hey, today we're at the bar and we're going to be cooking some red beans, okay? We're going to be cooking some red beans in the old Instapot, okay? Pressure cooker, okay? Last time I cooked red beans in the pressure cooker, I used the slow cooker mode, but this time we're going to put some pressure on them, all right? And it's been a while since I've done an Instapot video. It's kind of hot and muggy and about to rain outside, so we was gonna bring it inside and do something today, all right? So this is red beans using leftover chicken from some cooks, okay? Normally when you're doing red beans, you use some type of smoked ham hock, smoked turkey, or some type of meat in there to enhance the flavor of your beans, okay? Today we're gonna be using some leftover chicken wings and some leftover smoked chicken that we have. So this is kind of a montage of what's in the refrigerator thrown into some red beans, all right? So what I have here is I have 3 pieces of smoked chicken, it's 2 thighs, and a drumstick, and this is from a previous cook that we did. And so in that video is to come. Those are some coffee brined chicken. So here are some buffalo wings, so that should give the beans some nice little kick and going on, all right? 1 pound of Camellia red kidney beans from Louisiana, all right? This is the only red beans that we will cook. Grew up on these, and these are some of the best. Now, this is 1 pound of beans. Make sure that when you get your Camellia red beans that you sift through them to make sure that there are no old beans, black beans, or any rocks in the bag, okay? We sifted through these and found a few. You don't want to bite down on a rock while you're eating your red beans and rice and break a tooth, all right? We're also going to be adding in 1 pound of andouille sausage, all right? And we're going to have 1 chopped up green bell pepper, 1 chopped up yellow onion, all right? And I normally would also have 3 stalks of celery chopped up. I didn't have any celery, so if you want to add celery to this, feel free. We also have 2 cloves of minced garlic, 4 cups of chicken stock, and 4 cups of water, okay? So I got the overhead camera set up, so let's go ahead and get this cook underway so we can go ahead and eat some red beans and rice. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get this started. Now, I have the Instapot set on saute because we're going to saute some of the vegetables, okay? So we're going to hit this with a little olive oil. Just give us a little lubrication. We're going to toss in our bell pepper. And we're going to toss in our onions. And we're going to saute these for a little while till they get nice and soft. And then we'll press on with step number 2. All right, guys, so our vegetables have been sauteing in here for 4 to 5 minutes and they're starting to get soft. So we're gonna go ahead and add our next ingredient, which is our garlic. And you don't want to cook this too long because garlic will burn and it will taste bitter. Okay, so we just want to mix it in there, mix it in here to get a little some of the aromatics. All right. We're gonna mix this around for about a minute. And then we're gonna turn our saute function off. Got to turn this around to turn it off. Can't see. There we go. All right, so we turn the saute function off. And now we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients, okay? All right, so first we're gonna add our andouille sausage. Now you could brown the andouille sausage also if you want to. The andouille sausage is already fully cooked, so it's up to you, personal preference. You don't have to, but like I said, it's personal preference, all right? All right, next we're gonna mix in put in our 1 pound of red beans. Then we're gonna put in our buffalo chicken wings. Give it a little tang, a little zest. And we're gonna put in finally our smoked chicken, all right? All right, so I'm gonna mix this up a little bit, try to get it kind of incorporated. last thing we put in is our liquid. So we got 4 cups of chicken stock that's going in there. Now you can use 8 cups of water if you want to, but if you add chicken stock to part of the liquid, then it adds another flavor. We have unsalted chicken stock. That way I can control the seasoning at the end of the process, because I don't season my red beans before they cook or before we close them up. I season them at the end, because if we're using leftover meat or whatever, I never know how intense the salt content is going to be or the flavor profile. So we season ours at the end. All right, so we got 4 cups of chicken stock going in here. All right, and finally, I got 4 cups of water here, but I'm gonna fill this up until it covers the beans, and it is 4 cups of water. So it's below the max line on the Instapot, so we're good to go. All right, so we're gonna check our seal. Make sure our seal is good. Shut it down, close it for pressure. Now, I've cooked red beans in my Instapot before, and I've cooked it at various times. And so we have determined that between 80 and 90 minutes is how we like the consistency of our beans, okay? So, but you'll have to figure it out on your own. I like 90 minutes, okay? And then we'll probably wind up putting a slurry in there to kind of thicken it up a little bit when we turn it back on the saute function, okay? So I know the Instapot has a bean function, but I normally go manual for 90 minutes and then come back and thicken it up, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and put this on manual for 90 minutes, and then we will see you in an hour and a half. All right, guys, so we're back. Our beans are finished cooking under pressure. I got to make a time correction here. I had earlier said 90 minutes, but I went upstairs and talked to the wife after I started the pot, and she said, no, it's not 90 minutes, it's 75 minutes. So we put this under pressure for 75 minutes, and now it's ready to go. One other thing that I want to kind of change up is that in some of my previous Instapot videos, I would put a towel over this release valve to block the steam from coming up, right? However, one of my subscribers, BH, I'm not quite sure what BH stands for, but thanks BH for the heads up. BH, they told me that you're not supposed to block the release valve. And I went and checked that out in the manual, and sure enough, you're not supposed to block the release valve with anything, because it could damage the unit or even cause an explosion. So we don't want to do that. So the best thing to do if you're going to do a quick release is to do the quick release and just get out the way and let it do its thing. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do a quick release, and then we're going to see what we have. All right, guys, so all the steam has been released. We can open up our lid. And we have some nice red beans here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the red beans and make sure it's to the consistency that we like. Yep, nice and soft. So now we are going to put the Instapot. It's not as thick as I like it, but now we're going to put the Instapot back on saute. All right, so the red beans are not as thick as I would like. So what we have in this glass here is equal amounts of cornstarch and water. So this is 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. And as the red beans come up to a simmer, we're going to go ahead and add that in here. And we're going to let it simmer on saute for a little while to get it nice and thick. All right, guys, so our red beans have been simmering now for 5 to 7 minutes with the slurry in it, and it's starting to thicken really nice. It'll continue to thicken up as it continues to simmer. But we want to go ahead and season it now and have a taste. So let's go ahead and have a quick taste. And talk about nice, man. It's got pieces of chicken and sausage, and man, I love the way the chicken came off the bones and it's floating all in the red beans. and the pieces of sausage. So let's go ahead and taste this. Tastes really good. It got some flavor from the chicken, but it needs a little bit more. So you can use whatever seasoning you want. We use Creole or Cajun seasoning. Tonight we're using Slap Your Mama. This is also a Louisiana product if you didn't know. So we're gonna hit it with a little Slap Your Mama. And we're gonna hit it with some fresh cracked black pepper. All right, let's give that a mix. And we'll probably have to season it a couple of more times. Like I said, I could have put seasoning in at the beginning, but you never know how the leftover meats that you use in there are going to affect your beans. So I would suggest seasoning at the end. You can always add more. You can never take out. All right. Let's try this again. Ooh, got some of the chicken this time. All right, so let's try this now. Yep, that's really good. I'm gonna add just a little bit more and it'll be ready to go. So, well, let me go ahead and give you guys a close-up look at this before I end this video, okay? All right, guys, there you have it. Red beans and rice made with buffalo wings and leftover smoked chicken. It don't get no better than this. Need a little cornbread now and I can go to town. Hey, thanks for joining us here tonight. Hey, if you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe. We love to have you as a member of the Bad Beast community. And be on the lookout. We got some hats and some shirts and some aprons and stuff coming out, some new merch. So if you want to support the channel that way, that'll be really, really cool. I'll put that out in the next video, okay? Well, like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If it's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there or a few red beans with a little chicken on the side. Hey, as always, hey, we'll see you guys around the smoker.